I'm Rosie Radiant and this is Sophie, and I want to tell you how to visualize for effective manifestation. So the reason why we visualize is so that we see, feel, hear, and touch what we would see, feel, hear, and touch were we living from the state of our realized desire. So you, in your imagination, if you want to get an apartment, you think about all the little details that you want, and then you think from it. So you don't see yourself or see the apartment floating around. You actually are seeing it from your imaginal eyes. So if you close your eyes and you look out, you're going to see your imaginary apartment that you desire, or imaginary mansion or imaginary home, your imaginary dream home. So you close your eyes, and from the perspective of your eyes, you're looking out and you see what you want to see in your dream home. And you could feel your feet on the floor of your dream home in your imagination. And if you were to look down with your imaginal eyes, from the perspective in your imagination, you would see your feet, and you would see it on the floor that you desire, and you'd feel that floor. So you could totally distinguish between tiled floor, cold tile, or warm, lush carpet. Try it in your imagination now. Put your feet on a fluffy shag sheepskin rug. Put your feet on some sandpaper. Put your feet on some bubble wrap. You could feel the difference, right? So you could feel the difference. You could feel the difference between rubbing a fluffy animal's head and touching carpet or touching sandpaper. Whoa there. So you can imagine the different feelings in your imagination. So imagine the type of apartment you would like, or type of home, and think from it, not of it. And I'm in my pajamas to show you how comfortable I am in my new home, my new apartment that I imagine in my imagination. So, and I want to tell you how comfortable I am in my new apartment, because that was what I wanted as well. So first, you must know exactly what you want in terms of apartment traits: safe neighborhood, luxurious, new. So in my instance, I've manifested apartments that fit my dream apartment to a total T, 100%. I got every single thing I wanted when the world without told me that it was utterly impossible. Real estate searches, real estate agents, everything told me that it was totally impossible to get the sort of apartment that I desired and have the living situation I wanted. So in this case here, in the apartment I'm in, I wrote a list of high ceilings, overlooking nature, big balconies, brand new building, the most luxurious building, what else? Pet friendly with a pet spa, which means a hose and a little dog park. I wanted some sort of access to walking trails near nature. So I also wanted the big, deep soaking tub to bathe in. I wanted all white cabinets in the kitchen. I wanted stainless steel appliances. I wanted high ceilings. I wanted a one bedroom. I wanted a king size bed. I wanted southern exposure for the optimal sunlight, natural light, and also in accordance with Feng Shui direction layout for decor. It would be easier for me to plan if it faced out. So I wanted all of that, and I imagined I had it all, and I wanted to be really safe, of course, and I also wanted quiet neighbors above, below, and all around me. So I imagined in my mind's eye that I was in such an apartment that, were my eyes closed, I could feel my feet on the wood floors that I desired, and I could feel the sensation of looking out and seeing nature from the balcony, and feeling so happy that there was nature and that I was able to read outside or meditate or do yoga outside and see the clouds and see the trees and really enjoy living outside out there. And in my mind's eye, I imagined walking over to the deep soaking tub and turning on the water and running the bath and filling it, and then getting into the bath and feeling the deep bath and feeling so happy that I was in this giant bathtub that let me submerge my body in the water, and feeling the heat and just feeling so happy because I love taking a nightly bath, and I felt so good that I was in a deep soaking tub. I loved it. And then I just imagined that I was in such an apartment and that it was spacious. It was a one bedroom I tell you, at the time when I thought about this, I really was on the verge of having nowhere to live. I was living with my parents, and I was on the verge of not having a place to live because of some circumstances, and I didn't really have the money or means to get such a place. And everything just kind of came together after I visualized, and I was led to this apartment, and I got it. So you just have to dare to assume that you have what you want, and don't let society tell you what you want. It's what you want, because then if you focus and fixate on your ideal, you'll generate the joy, love, and gratitude and true excitement in your imagination and get worked up in it, so that you fuel the manifestation of what you desire. That's, as Neville Goddard says, it's sort of like a psychic sexual act, because you feel so thrilled that you were in it that you just let it out, and you don't desire to visualize it again, because you felt so satisfied from your visualization, like once you completely take a tour of your apartment in your imagination, or a tour of your home, okay? So the first time I did this was a much bigger demonstration, the most miraculous thing ever, which really convinced me that law of attraction was real. It was the first time I put it to a major test consciously in my life years ago. It was the first time I put it to the test in my life in a major way, and I got what I wanted when the world, everything around me, reason and logic, Google, realtors, real estate agents, friends, family, society, everyone told me it was utterly impossible. So I was living in Manhattan in New York City, and I was doing an internship, and for the summer, and I was going into my last year, and I didn't want to live in the dorms anymore. I wanted my own studio. I wanted to live alone and not be tempted by partying or anything like that. So I only had student loan money in New York City and Manhattan. I wanted to live in Manhattan. I wanted to live in a safe area. I wanted to live alone and feel good. I wanted to live in the Upper West Side near the subway that went down to NYU, directly near Central Park, no more than 10 minutes from Whole Foods, no more than 2 minutes from the subway. So when I was looking for an apartment with the student loan money I had, when I went to realtors, when considering their huge fee of about $3,000 and not considering their fee, there was no way I could get the kind of apartment that I wanted. They were taking me to the most dilapidated things in the worst neighborhoods for a single female. I didn't feel safe in them, and they were dilapidated walk-ups, and it just felt dirty and just dingy and just very unsavory, and there was nowhere to live if I wanted to thrive mentally, physically, and spiritually. It was just bad environs for that, right? I wanted to live near nature, near Central Park, so I could go every day. And in New York, that's the most expensive area to live, by Central Park. So as a student, how could I possibly get that? So when I looked at places, everyone was telling me it was impossible. And so it wasn't looking optimal for me. It was looking like I was gonna have nowhere to live, and I was gonna have to take whatever dorm room was left over with any random roommate, and it was horrible options to consider. So I went into my imagination, and I just simply listed all of the traits, and everything here happened within a short period of time because I was kind of at the 11th hour. There wasn't much time left. So I imagined I wrote down all the traits I wanted. I don't even think at the time I physically wrote them down. I just went through it in my mind and imagined everything at once. So I asked myself, what would I like? What would I love to have in an apartment? I just indulged my imagination and let myself go wild with it. So I imagined that I lived directly across from Central Park, like 100 steps or so, 1.5 minutes from the subway, no more than 10-minute walk to Whole Foods, that it had hardwood floors, genuine wood, that it had, excuse me, washer and dryer in the apartment building, not the unit necessarily. I imagined that there was a gym in the building, but I didn't imagine that I could go to the gym when I imagined. I just imagined that there was a gym in the building, that there were elevators, that there was a doorman, not all day, but in the evenings, who was friendly but not too invasive. I wanted high ceilings, I wanted lighting from the ceiling, I wanted an all new kitchen with bright white cabinets and cool accents like a gray countertop and tile. I wanted gold hardware, not in the kitchen, but elsewhere because it's my favorite. So brass hardware, doorknobs, goldish doorknobs. I wanted windows with bright light, with beautiful trees outside of them for privacy and also to bring nature within. I love nature. And I wanted also in the bathroom, I wanted there to be a window as well with a beautiful tree outside of the window as well. So close that I could touch it for privacy and also to surround myself with nature. I love nature. And so I imagined all that I was looking at it. And I also wanted an architectural, interesting detail of a pillar or a column. That's what came to my visualization. And I wanted high ceilings. I wanted a closet with some decent storage for New York City studio. I wanted, elevators, stairs, not live on too high of a floor. And I wanted a pink rose quartz colored bathroom to immerse myself in the feeling of love. And I wanted a deep soaking tub and just the whole bathroom to pink. And I wanted, not just pink, but like the color of rose quartz to open and heal and balance the heart chakra. And I wanted mirrors so that I could see all sides of my hair when doing it. I wanted an old kind of glamorous mirror, 3 panels and those circular bulbs like you might see in an old-fashioned dressing room. I thought that would be fun. And I think I've named all the things. Also, I wanted there to be soothing colors of balance when I walked in. Pink and green details somewhere in the lobby. I wanted it to be kind of elegant, well illuminated, and super safe. I wanted it to be near the Christian Science Church on West 68th Street in Central Park West because it's gorgeous, and I thought it'd be cool to have those thought vibrations emanating in the area. I wanted it to be super close to a easy inlet into Central Park because not all of the streets have easy access. You have to walk quite a ways to get in. Well, 69th Street and then 72nd Street or so, and Columbus Circle. So I wanted all those things, and that's pretty luxurious and ridiculous demands. So then after I imagined that, I went to the Central Park just to enjoy it. And I simply, when I was in Central Park and I was walking around, I imagined, oh my goodness, I'm so happy that I live so close and I could just pop home real fast to change my clothes, put down my heavy backpack, put on my sneakers, walk around, go and get some water, get some food, and then come back, whatever. Oh, I'm so happy that I live so close. I don't have to schlep my whole life in a bag. I could go get my yoga mat, do some yoga, whatever. Like, I just rejoiced in the feeling and felt the gratitude that I lived so close, and it was so cool. And I imagine I only had to walk like a minute and a half to get into my apartment from where I was standing in Central Park. So I felt that and I let it drop. And then previously, when I was looking for apartments, I was totally confounded. I couldn't find anything viable. Like, it didn't seem good, like I was gonna find anything. So after I did the feeling assumption in Central Park and imagined the apartment I want, I would talk to my dad. And mind you, I only had a few days left in the city before I had to go and like get stuff to move back in. So I talked to my dad and he said, why don't you do it the old school way and just walk around the area you want to live in and see if there are any apartment rentals advertised. So I thought, oh, okay. And I did that, and lo and behold, I saw some signs, apartment rentals, and then I saw one beautiful sign, no fee. That would save about $3 grand for my student loan money. So I checked that apartment out with my friend, and it was absolutely perfect. The inner apartment that I checked out on the 7th floor was a studio model to check out. And the apartment location was perfect. It was 19 West 69th Street in New York City. And it had a lobby, a doorman in the evening. It had a gym in the building that cost an extra fee. It had laundry in the basement. It was clean. It was super well maintained. The lobby had pink and green decor in it at the time. And there was a friendly doorman. And so I went up to the apartment on the 7th floor, and the building was absolutely perfect. And the location was perfect. It was 1 block from the Christian Science building, which is gorgeous. Not that I was going there much, but I thought it was a very nice location and beautiful. And I wanted it all. So I went into that apartment, I toured it, and the kitchen was brown and kind of dingy and old. but there were high ceilings, really white walls, hardwood floors, beautiful real hardwood floors, closet with decent storage for New York City, and it was right by the subway directly to my school and right across Central Park. So the model apartment that I checked out had an all-white bathroom. The windows were bright and sunlight came in, but there were no trees, and the bathroom was all white, and the kitchen was brown. So, and there was a ceiling light. So there was that apartment available, but there was also studio apartments available on the second floor, the fifth floor, higher floors than the seventh floor, a lot of apartments available. So when I went to sign up and check out prices, it was still way beyond my budget. So then after talking, I was gifted a large financial gift to let me get this apartment and finance putting down the money that I needed. No strings attached, totally a gift to facilitate me getting this apartment, to top off what I needed from student loans. So that was miraculous. And then I was compelled to pick the apartment on the fifth floor because it was cheaper, but also that was the one I wanted to rent. Even though I hadn't seen pictures of it, I thought that was a good floor because it's not too high, I could still take the stairs, but it's not too low where I wouldn't get light. So, and plus that fit the budget that I got with the extra money perfectly. So that was an absolute miracle that I found an apartment like that. And then, so time passed, a couple of weeks passed, a few weeks passed, and I move in. And oh my goodness, the bathroom is all pink. The mirrors were exactly as I imagined. I walk into the apartment, there's beautiful light and also gorgeous foliage trees blowing and swaying in the wind outside of my windows, and so bright and light, and the trees were gorgeous outside, giving me privacy, but also a feeling of nature in my apartment. The bathroom was all the color of rose quartz, the tub, the toilet, the paneling. I'm trying to remember, was the toilet pink? It was pink. And there was a window in the bathroom with a tree outside of it for privacy. Also that feeling of nature. The closet was deep. The kitchen was renovated and new. All white cabinets with crystal knobs, cool colored countertop and tile. The ceiling had the pendant lighting that I liked. It was directly 100 steps from Central Park, and 1 block from the Christian Science Church. Less than 10-minute walk to Whole Foods. Less than 2-minute descent into the subway to go to my school, and then a direct ride on a direct route. Friendly doorman, but not too invasive or nosy or anything like that. There was a gym in the building, but it cost an extra fee that didn't align well with my student budget at the time, so I didn't use that gym. I went to the park a lot. But when I visualized, I could have imagined that I was using the gym and I had plenty of money to enjoy the amenities of the building. It wasn't such a great gym, but still, I learned that lesson in my visualization, that you should permeate the feeling of your visualization with one of peace and comfort, knowing that you have ample finances to allow you to live here well and comfortably and do all the things you want to do. You should infuse that, so you can live in a giant mansion but be taking out a lot of loans and really in debt. And I know I took out loans for the apartment, but it was in law school and it had to be done. So that is how I did it. So dare to assume you have everything you want now. Go into that imaginary home in your mind's eye, look around, and the more you do it, the more real it will feel. So in that situation, things happen pretty quickly, and I imagined it, and I let it go, and then it happened. The more you visualize that, if you're visualizing for something bigger, it'll feel more natural every time you return to it, and you'll feel that joy. So write down all the things that you want, dare to assume you have them. Don't let society tell you what is or isn't possible, because if you can imagine it, you can get it. And don't clutch it. And you want to just let it go. Don't think like, oh, like, how am I going to get it? Don't outline the means like, oh my God, like, it's impossible. I have no money. I can't do it. Like, there's no way I could ever afford it. Like, that doesn't exist. It's impossible to have all these things that I want. Like, there's no way. But there is. Just Just write them out, dare to dream, use your creative power, use your imagination, get excited, because when you think about your ideal, when you think about what you really want, you're gonna like get that excitement, you're gonna feel that heart warmth generate, you're gonna get so excited and power that manifestation. You're just gonna really feel the gratitude and joy and relief that you're in such an awesome home that you love. And by focusing on your ideal and fixating on it, you're gonna become absorbed and fascinated, and that's what's gonna make your heart like swell with joy, and you're gonna feel so happy, and then you'll feel satisfied from your visualization because it was like you were really there and you really live there now. So you live there now in your imagination, and then you will be compelled to walk across a series of events to get into that dream home. So I've done it twice. The first time, sight unseen, miraculous things happened. So remember, we are the operant power. It doesn't operate itself. You have to deliberately, consciously choose your thoughts and name as many qualities as you want to an apartment, and you will get them. Dare to dream big. Assume you have what you want now. Feel that joy, and then let it go. You'll get it. I've done it twice now for apartments and many more things, which I will tell you about in other videos. So you might say, Rosie, like, it's impossible. All the things I want can't be done. Like, don't tell me what is not. Just tell me what you want. Tell yourself what you want. Write it down and let it be. And go imagine that you're in it now. Feel your feet on that floor. Look around from your imaginary eyes. Don't see yourself walking around in it, or just don't see the apartment floating around, because then you might be compelled to go visit a new friend's house who has a place that looks like as you envisioned it. So when you imagine that you're in it, or when you're imagining it, imagine that it's yours now, and feel the gratitude and joy that it is yours, and you will get it. So may you be radiantly happy and prosperous in all your ways, and happy visualizing your dream home now. Live from it, and you will get it. Take care. Where's that thing? Oh, there it is, Sophie. There it is. Yeah, Sophie, can you say bye? Can you say bye? Maybe I should teach people how to manifest you. Yeah?